Hey guys, this is Marciea and Brittany here with Midwest Performance. And today we're going to be talking to you about our 5 favorite fitness things.
We're Midwest Performance. We're on a mission to empower women around the world to take action and work hard to make a physical impact in their lives. In this very saturated fitness industry, there's tons of competition, but the opportunities are incredible. We'll cover the most common challenges in the fitness world and invite guests to the show that have learned to overcome them and share their strategies with you. This is the Coffee with MP show.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks again for tuning in to the Coffee with MP show. As always, we are very eager to meet with you guys today and speak to you guys in regards to a special edition, fairly similar to what Oprah typically would do with her audience during the Christmas season and give away fantastic gifts. Unfortunately, we are not giving away anything. However, no cars. For that matter, nothing. But it's the fact that we just want to share with you guys what Brittany and I favorite things are while working out, after our workout, during our workout, whatever the case may be. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. We'll go back and forth. Yeah.
You start.
You want me to start first?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So guys, for those of you that do not know, I am the biggest sneakerhead. I have an assortment, and that's being very conservative when I say that, of shoes. Primarily which are functional versus fashion, and I just want to kind of share with you 3 of my favorite pair of shoes that I typically would wear during my workouts. Shout out to Under Armour, Adidas, and Reebok. Those are primarily my 3 brands that I typically would wear. And what's really nice that I want to share with you guys, for instance, I have a pair of NMDs, okay? These are really nice Adidas shoes. What's really nice, for the style of training that we typically do within Midwest Performance, it's more of a cross training. So we do a lot of jumping, a lot of running, a lot of free weight lifting, and this kind of corresponds to all 3 of those things that I just mentioned. What's really nice is the shoe is really flexible. You can see how it bends really easy. There's a nice, the actual sole is really nice and flat, so it's really catered towards the lifting style of things, so there isn't a lot of like friction or texture at the bottom, which makes things nice and smooth during your transition. Another nice thing that's really cool is that the type of material, which is mesh, which allows my feet to breathe a lot easier, and I get really sweaty feet when I work out, so instead of having all that bad odor on my feet kind of just staying within that shoe, it has a tendency to kind of breathe, so my feet are actually breathing. So there's a lot of pros to this. And again, this is more of a cross training shoe versus just having like a runner's shoe or just a specific like Olympic weightlifting shoe. So it serves more than one purpose. And again, it's the same style depending on the brand. Again, the brand here is Reebok. It's kind of the same thing. What's really cool about these are definitely old school. I see a lot of ladies in our studio that wears these, and these are the Reebok Nanos. Brittany, I believe you actually have a pair of these. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, I do.
What's really cool is that if you date back to like the Nano 1s and 2s, which are probably one of the best Nanos that came out. I think right now they're about Nano 6, 7, or 8. It's been a while, but these here are 3s. These are actually custom. It has my Black Widow on the back, BLCKWDW. But again, the same type of material, like I said, which allows my feet to breathe. The bottoms of the sole are nice and flat for the lifting portion. I can run on them. I can bounce on them. It's very flexible. So if you can tell, regardless of the brand, the Adidas and the Reebok are still fairly similar when it comes to the functional style of training. And the same thing with the sorry, here.
You have like 8 favorite things.
No, this is like,
shoes.
that's like a 3-in-1 though, right? I mean, you cannot go wrong when it comes to shoes. Same thing, guys, even though it's Under Armour, they all still have a commonality, and that's the same type of style with having the pattern for the texture of the shoe that allows your feet to breathe, the bottoms of the sole, the flexibility of it, and man, I mean, the colors are amazing. You can't really go wrong when it comes to a pair of shoes. Just, I always say find something that works for you. Just make sure your feet do not hurt. You don't have any bad corns. If you have flat feet, that's okay. Make sure you get the proper soles to go in there in the actual shoe. So it all depends on the person. So make sure when working out, it is more for function and not for fashion.
I can't believe you just said corns.
Well, you never know. Hey, there might be some people out there that have corns. You never know. I'm just being honest.
Calluses?
Calluses.
Might have been the word you were looking for.
No, people have corns too, right? Yes. Oh, stop it. Okay, well, that's mine. I could go on about shoes because I'm like the biggest sneakerhead. But that being said,
roughly 5 minutes.
I did. That's okay. So let's go ahead. What would be one of your favorites? So that's what I like.
Keep it short and sweet. My first one is, so a girl's got to have a good sports bra when she works out.
Amen to that.
I don't have a larger chest problem, but I'm a huge fan of Fabletics, so I'm going to start with the sports bras.
By the way, we carry Fabletics within our studio, which is super cool.
Leggings, you have to order them though.
Yes.
Okay, so this is one of their medium support bras. This is actually from the Demi Lovato line, but it's just a medium support bra. It's padded, which I like. I like the support in the bras at Fabletics. I feel like they're breathable, they're comfortable, they're not too tight, they're not too loose. They do have low and high support bras too there as well. You can always stop in the store, shop online, either one, but I own a lot of Fabletics stuff, and I truly love the comfort and the breathability and the support in the sports bra. So that's my one thing.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh because
Why?
the Fabletics bra is not for everybody. I'm just keeping it real because me personally, I have very broad shoulders and I carry a lot of my muscle in my upper body, and I believe I tried.
The average woman would probably be able
okay,
to.
the
There's
average
not a lot of people
woman
out there that are like you.
That's very true. But I just
like
have to admit, like, it just made me look like doo-doo when I wore it.
So yeah, that's my first one.
Cool.
Short, sweet, to the point, medium support bra from Fabletics.
That's awesome. My second favorite, oh my God, guys, if you don't have this tool, this is a Hypervolt, okay? There's a lot of other different brands that are on the market that is essentially their competitor, but I don't know where I've been the last 15, 20 years of my workouts without having this utensil. I'm gonna call it utensil. But essentially what it is, guys, is that you could use this before and after your workout. And it's a massage tool, and what's really cool is that it's a handheld device that's portable. You can take it with you. I always pack it in my bag, so I use it before and after training. And it has different settings on it. I hit the power button, and if I turn on the switch and then hit the power button, I have like 3 different levels. The first one, second, third. You hear the higher the higher I go, the more like speed it has. But essentially what it does is it breaks down those myofascial muscle tissues that you have. So if you envision having like maybe a really tight, tense part of your body, this kind of breaks it down and gets things like getting the bloodstream going. It doesn't necessarily reduce the soreness, prevent the soreness, but it would actually reduce it. So there's a lot of benefits to having this, but again, I don't know where I've been my entire life.
It's a great ask for a Christmas present because they're kind of spendy. But
they are, yes.
Santa would probably, this would be a good gift.
Most definitely. So guys, if you're actually not being able to watch the podcast, but you are being able to hear, this is one of the things that we would, you can kind of go back and catch on YouTube or on our Facebook Live. But what's really cool is that, I would definitely ask Santa because Santa came early here at our house, and this typically can run anywhere between $350 to $600. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but you pay for what you get, and this is definitely worth the investment. Hypervolt, yes, amazing. Oh, by the way, these are adjustable. The tips are, and it comes in different, depending upon what muscle group you're working. There's different spectrums to that. So, sorry, go ahead, Brittany.
Cool.
What's your next one?
My next one, I'm sticking with the clothing. So, again, like I said, I'm a huge Fabletics fan, and I'm a really, really, really huge fan of their high-waisted leggings. A lot of women that I know that I work out with at the studio like the leggings that kind of come over your belly a little bit, and I like that. I feel like there's just more support there. It's almost a personal preference. Some people don't like the high-waisted leggings. I'm a huge fan. I like that they come up over my hips and over my belly button. I like that. So Fabletics has some really, really awesome high-quality leggings. I know a lot of women, when you get workout leggings and stuff like that, you worry about breathability. These ones are super breathable. They're kind of moisture wicking too, so you don't feel like you're walking around in sopping wet clothes. They're really great. So second pick, along with the clothing, is Fabletics high-waisted
That's awesome. I feel like you're really plugging Fabletics. You might get a sponsorship out of the deal.
I highly doubt that, but I love them
Shout out
much.
to Fabletics.
I love Fabletics so much.
That's awesome.
And I know our ladies love it
too. They do. They really do. That's cool. So I'm on to my number 3, right?
Yes.
Number 3. Guys, this would be, I'm actually going to do post first. This would be my post-workout drink. I just have a coffee cup here. But typically, I would have my protein. OMG. I normally drink my protein with hot coffee. I just normally have my Keurig. I put in some Starbucks Pike, and I put in my 2 scoops of protein, which equates to about roughly 30 milligrams of protein, because I do 2 different types and mix it into one. But guys, I normally take this before and or after my workout. It just depends on the type of style of training I'm doing for that day. What's really cool is that a lot of people have a tendency to drink it with cold water, but if you want to try to, especially if you love coffee, this would be like a great benefit to doing something other than, regular coffee, because you still get like that sweetness. You don't have to add the cream or the sugar. And man, I mean, this is amazing for a post-workout drink, which is, I can't believe it. And it was so random. I think it was more of an experiment. Everything that we typically would do, or at least for myself, it's always like a trial and error. And this definitely turned out to be one of a winner for me. So there's a couple different other things you can do with your protein. If you don't want to do it by drinking it, you can also do like no bake or baking it. So that's a whole nother topic by itself. But yeah, my go-to for my fitness when I'm working out or after my workout would be my post-workout protein.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, so along the same lines of post-workout protein, I'm going to stick with the post-workout, and I'm going to go with, starting with the Formula 1 and the Ignition. First Form is not only something that we sell at the studio, obviously, but I've tried a lot of protein powders in my life, like a ton of protein powders in my life. And the biggest things that I've noticed with other protein powders is they get clumpy when you shake them. You have to shake them with a ton of water to get them to actually be the consistency that you like. Some of them leave a really weird aftertaste. Some of them are super chalky. They don't mix well. At least those are some of the experiences that I've had with other proteins. The Formula 1 and the Ignition from First Form are by far the best protein powders I've ever tasted, drank in my life. They not only taste good, they mix well, they don't leave an aftertaste. I only have to mix 6 to 8 ounces of water with both of them. Just overall quality of the product is really good too. It's got 21 grams of protein in it, like 1 gram of fat, 3 grams of carbs, so it's very minimal in all of the other macronutrients except for protein.
Yeah.
And when you're doing proteins, when you're doing a protein powder, protein should be the majority of the macros, and anything less than 3 grams of carbs and 3 grams of fat is.
How do you like your protein? Do you do yours hot or cold?
I do mine cold. I just do it in water. I don't really like coffee, so I just drink mine with like 6 or 8 ounces of water after my workout, and away I go. So I use them both. The Ignition is your post-workout carb, and then this is your protein. They go well together. So that's cool. Number 3.
So do you want to share, after meeting with a lot of women during consultations through a nutrition program, what are some of the things that the women have a tendency to lack a lot?
It's always protein.
Yeah.
It's very common. It's very common for women to not get enough protein in their day. That's just a common thing. Protein's really hard to eat a lot of because it's protein is the macronutrient in the body that's digested the slowest. So when you consume a ton of protein, your stomach tends to get bloated, tends to get full. You might get constipated, you might get gassy. Like that stuff happens with a lot of people when you try to eat too much protein.
Yeah.
So if you can kind of minimize how much actual food you have to eat when it comes to protein, and you can just drink it, that helps a lot, right?
Sure.
Versus eating like 8 chicken breasts in a day, you could have like Formula 1 post-workout, maybe like a level 1, which is something different, another product for like a shake later, and that's like 40 grams of protein right there in your day. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right, where are we on number 4?
Yes.
Number 4. All right, so pre-workout, hence there isn't anything in there, but this is the actual shaker that I would typically take with me before my workout. And guys, what's really cool is that these two go hand in hand. I don't take one without the other. I always take them together, right? So I know people maybe, especially if you have like a long commute, you should have something right after your workout, because the first 30 minutes after workout is the most important. And the same goes for the first like 10, 15 minutes before the workout. And the reason why I say that, especially for some people that are working out early in the morning, I'm telling you, it takes, I really have to get fuel underneath my fire in order to like get going, get my engine revved, right? And having a pre-workout does that for you essentially. So it will wake you up. It will allow you to tingle due to the amino acids, or not amino acids, I'm sorry,
caffeine.
the beta-alanine and the caffeine, yes. But again, this is a personal preference. Some of you guys are like, well, what type of pre-workout you may take. I do an aftermarket that we typically don't sell, that we do not sell the studio, but we also have a Formula One product. If you, I don't know if you want to touch bases on that, but if you want to learn more, guys, again, we're not here to pitch or sell you, but I'm just letting you know what my favorite thing is. And again, every time I work out, I always have these two essentials. So that's kind of, that's what works for me.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to stay along the lines of the post-workout, and I'm going to go with Fitaid. And obviously, I know, again, we sell this at the studio, but we do, all of the products that we use here, we sell at the studio because we love them. That's why, because they're so good and they're really good quality. So the Fitaid is another post-workout recovery drink. If you don't have a BCAA or a post-workout that you drink normally, the Fitaid is a really good supplement for that.
It's not an energy drink, right?
It's not an energy drink, nope. I'll tell you a little bit about what's in it. So it's got turmeric in it, which is an anti-inflammatory. It's got glucosamine and glutamine, which is good for your muscles and your joints. Full B complex, green tea extract, which is a natural stimulant, natural metabolism booster. Omega-3s. It's got a lot of really great things in it. It's it's actually sweetened with agave nectar, so it's paleo friendly, and it's actually vegan friendly too, because it's not sweetened with like bee honey or sugar. It's actually sweetened with agave nectar, so that's really nice too. So carbonated citrusy, super oh, sorry. It's Ella's
Leave
birthday
it to Ella,
today.
yes.
And she can do whatever she wants, like bark.
So again, with the Fitaid, what's really cool is there's no artificial flavors, colors, or sugars. So it's all organic and natural, right? Number 5.
Yes,
number 5 is I have this here. For some of you that are maybe watching the video, this is fish oil, or if you can hear it, if you're listening to the podcast. And guys, this is something that I take every single day, 2 capsules per day. I make sure it's the burpless, and this one here has a total of 360 milligrams per capsule. Some of you guys may ask, well, what does this do? I'll tell you right now, this actually reduces inflammation, especially like during your workouts if you have a tendency to get really inflamed. This also burns body fat. For me, a lot of people really don't know that, but I honestly can tell the difference when I do not take it. If I skip a couple days versus when I have it, I can really tell a difference in my fatty muscle tissues. I really can, and primarily in my abdominal area. So there's so many benefits to that, but this is essentially what works for me. I try not to skip. I take it right in the morning, and the reason why I take it in the morning, I take it on an empty stomach, which is when I normally fast, which allows it to hit my bloodstream a lot quicker. So again, it's a personal preference. There's no wrong way, rhyme, or reason. You can take it whenever, however. Some people take it twice a day, 2 capsules, but I don't want to get too many fatty tissues in. So yeah, that's fish oil for me.
Cool. Was that your 5?
That was my 5.
Okay. Number 5 for me is actually something that I'm wearing. Is my Qalo ring.
Ah, nice.
I want to like plug Qalo because I know I see a lot of people wear them, but it's actually what it is just a silicone ring. And I wear it on my ring finger, obviously, I like to wear them because it protects your, ladies, it will protect your wedding ring. I see a lot of women come into the studio with these beautiful wedding rings, and I'm like, ugh, you should not be wearing that when you're working out, especially with kettlebells and banging it on things and losing diamonds and craziness. And these are like, what, like $25 or something like that? So, and they come with little pouches that you can clip in your gym bag, and you can just zip your wedding ring in the pouch and take this off and put it on. They're really awesome. You can work out in them. You can do anything in them because they're just silicone. So that is and the website's Qalo.com.
Yes.
So Qalo.com. And you can actually get like stackable ones where you can get like different colors. They have all different colors. They have men and women. You can get stackable ones, like 3 different stackable ones to kind of dress it up a little bit. So that is my number 5.
That's cool. Yeah, shout out to Qalo because I love mine as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah,
is that all I have?
That's 10. That's 5
that
and
is
5.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much once again for tuning in with us.
Do you want to recap quick? Let's recap quick.
Yeah.
For those of you who are maybe catching the replay or
Sorry about
catching this
that.
at the end. So let's just
Yep.
quickly recap.
Shoes, make sure it's more for function, not fashion.
Sports bra, ladies. Make sure you get a good one. Fabletics medium sports bra.
Hypervolt tool, this is really good for releasing tightness and soreness of the body.
Number 2 for me is Fabletics high-waisted leggings, super breathable and super comfortable for your workouts.
Cool post-workout drink, which is my protein, and I like to mix it with hot coffee.
My post-workout is Formula 1 and Ignition from First Form.
Cool. Pre-workout, which is right before the workout. I normally take 10-15 minutes roughly. It gets my engine revved right before the workout and gives me a boost of energy, especially when I'm working out early in the morning.
Number 4 for me is Fitaid. Good recovery, post-workout recovery drink that's super refreshing and super good.
Cool. And last but not least, I have my fish oil. This is really good. You could take, it's a personal preference, 2 times per day, up to 2 to 4 capsules. Essentially, it's up to you. Make sure to get the non-burpless kind.
And my 5th is the Qalo ring, the silicone ring that you can use to wear during your workouts versus wearing your wedding ring, so you keep your precious jewels safe while you are crushing it in the gym.
That is awesome.
That's it.
We just killed that.
Okay.
High five. All right.
Merry Christmas to all of you guys. We wish you all a happy holiday season. Spend lots of time with your family. Give lots of hugs, lots of love to your family and friends around you. And we will see you next week.
Yes. Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever your favorite places to listen to podcasts might be. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.